Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Life for Nerds. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to be talking about double wristing. That is when you wear a Apple Watch on one wrist and a mechanical watch on the other. The reason why I wanted to make this video is I think that it's becoming more commonplace for people to wear two watches while they when they go out. You can see I'm wearing two watches right now. At first, I think a lot of people thought it was a little bit strange, but I do think it's becoming a little bit more normal for watch enthusiasts to do so. I think there are benefits of mechanical watches and Apple Watches that can't be overlooked, and it's sort of hard to choose between the two. And so if you are an enthusiast of both, why not wear both? So I'm gonna sort of talk about what it is, how it came about, and then my personal opinions of it. So double wristing, like I said, is wearing a mechanical watch on one wrist and a smart watch on the other. The reason why it came about is obviously, watch enthusiasts wear mechanical watches. But then when smartwatches came out, there were some benefits that became apparent and were useful for those who may want to track things like health or notifications a little bit closer than having to look at your phone, or wearing some other type of sports gear that allows you to track those health benefits. And so what ended up happening is people started putting on a mechanical watch on one wrist and an Apple Watch or a smartwatch on the other. For me, at first, I was a little bit skeptical about Apple Watches or smartwatches in general, because I didn't think I wanted to have notifications so closely to me and my everyday interactions. And so I sort of, dismissed it and said, Apple Watches are technology. If I want to wear technology, I'll wear that. If I want to wear a mechanical watch, I will wear a mechanical watch. But I was definitely a mechanical watch enthusiast first. Then slowly but surely, I sort of, I actually didn't have a smartwatch until a couple of years ago. But when I did get one, I sort of realized that there were some health benefits that I wanted to track. For example, making sure that you stand up every hour is something that's super useful, and your watch can actually alert you to make sure that you do so. And so that was a benefit that I thought was quite useful. So what I ended up doing is wearing two watches. So I wear my watch on my left wrist, mechanical watch on my left wrist. And so when I got my Apple Watch, I was like, okay, should I wear my Apple Watch on my left wrist? But I ended up putting it on my right wrist, and there's a setting that you can change in your phone that basically says it's on your right wrist. So no issues with the functionality of the watch itself. So I ended up putting the Apple Watch on my right wrist and kept my mechanical watch on my left wrist. And it felt awkward initially. It looks like you're sort of, trying too hard maybe when you're wearing two watches. But slowly but surely it sort of became more natural, and it felt like, okay, I have my phone notifications, my health benefits on my right wrist, and I have my love on my left wrist. So kind of weird initially, but it did become a little bit normal. I do get a lot of people who say, oh wow, you're wearing two watches. Why are you wearing two watches? And I kind of explain the fact that I'm a watch enthusiast. It has nothing to do with sort of wearing two watches. It's really like I want the benefits of wearing an Apple Watch, and I want the benefits of wearing a mechanical watch. So this was sort of how I ended up setting up. What was quite interesting is that there are some people who actually wear two mechanical watches. They wear one mechanical watch on the left wrist, one mechanical watch on the right wrist. It's a pretty interesting strategy, and I think Waco does that sometimes. I think it's quite interesting. Also, it's quite interesting when you see like a very classical watch on one wrist and then a very sporty watch on the other. I don't have an opinion on that, but I would, if I was personally doing it, I probably want to go with like the same aesthetic on both of them, because I feel like your left side of your body and your right side of the body should match. But that's, again, it's my aesthetic, it's my sort of style decisions. So two mechanical watches is actually quite normal. It has become quite normal. More people are doing it, but I prefer smartwatch and wristwatch. So sort of getting into my opinions on it, I think it goes back to sort of what I've said throughout this video is, I think you want to treat smartwatches or Apple Watches as wearable technology if you're a watch enthusiast, and you want to treat mechanical watches as your passion, your love, your everything, right? And so if you keep it separate like that, it allows you to have quite a simple discussion with people. I don't wear this so that I can keep track of the time or anything like that. It has nothing to do with me wanting to use this watch as a, keeping track of the time, or I'm wearing a Universal Genève Uni-Compact chronograph. I don't use this to time things. I would use my mechanical watch to time things just because it's who I am and what I would prefer to do. And if you keep them separate, I think it's very easy to enjoy both. And it allows you to actually, I think, get the benefits of wearing both watches. I think that's something that you have to do. Realize that smartwatches or Apple Watches are wearable technology, and treat it that way, and that your watch, your mechanical watch, is your passion, and you can treat it that way as well. I don't think about like, oh, they're clashing styles or anything like that. No, I just keep them separate. I get notifications from my phone on my Apple Watch. I can keep track of the amount of steps that I'm taking, or look at my heart rate or anything like that with my Apple Watch, and then I can really fall in love with my left wrist, right? So that's sort of how I split them. One thing that I did want to sort of touch on is if you are someone who enjoys to wear bracelets or wear things on your wrist that reflects your personal style, wearing an Apple Watch can sort of make it a little bit trickier. I wear a ring, and sometimes I feel like having two watches and then a ring, it sometimes clouds it a little bit, but it sort of makes my hands and wrists feel a little bit too busy. So if you enjoy wearing maybe bracelets, you'll end up having quite a bit of stuff on your quite a few accessories on your wrists, which may be uncomfortable for you or something like that. What I have seen people do is wear bracelets right next to their watch. I prefer not to do that. Honestly, for me, it's like I'm nervous I'm going to scratch the watch. I typically wear bracelets that are made out of metal, so I'd be very just nervous, like, it's really close to the watch, like that's my anxiety kind of kicks up there about making sure that my watch stays okay. And then I thought about maybe putting it on my Apple Watch side, but then one thing I think about is like, that could be uncomfortable, because if I'm completely honest, this watch is a lot more comfortable on my wrist than my Apple Watch is. I can really feel the presence of my Apple Watch on my wrist, which is something that I'm still not used to. I've been wearing an Apple Watch, I think, for two years. So yeah, still have to sort of get used to that. But I will say, I'm seeing it more and more. People wear an Apple Watch and a mechanical watch. It's happening more and more, and I don't think you should shy away from it if you are sort of on the fence about doing so. I'd love to hear what you think about wearing two watches, whether it's two mechanical watches, a mechanical watch and a smartwatch. I haven't seen two smartwatches. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on what double wristing love to hear your thoughts about double wristing and what you think about it. So let me know in the comment section below if you like these types of videos. If you like watches, please subscribe to the channel. We create videos about watches, whole range of topics. You can see I cover vintage, modern, smartwatches, watchmaking, all kinds of things. So be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like these types of videos. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button for us, it really does help us out with YouTube analytics. And with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time.